Alrighty, you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff bound New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 New York Jets. And why are the New York Jets 0-16? Because they suck. Man, that always cracks me. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all is going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching the replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. Going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight, shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free, fire away, throw it in the chat box. I usually try to check on the chat box every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So as soon as I see something in there, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. But also, instead of me just rambling on for half an hour, 45 minutes, or whatever it might want to be, it's nice to talk to another Giant fan. So once again, please feel free and fire away. Before we get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, the top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon, second one's called the Lawrence Taylor, and the third membership level I got is called the Gridiron. Each one's got their own little perks to them, so if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me, and I thank you in advance. Thank you. And also, additionally, a little further down in the description box is 2 additional links. One's a Facebook link, which I'll go over in just a minute, and then the other one is Twitter link. It's Twitter. It's always been Twitter. It's Twitter now. It'll be Twitter tomorrow. It'll be Twitter forever in the future. Whatever letter of the alphabet Elon Musk wants to call it this week, I don't know. I could care less. It's Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I put Giant stuff in there. Try to put Giant stuff in there every day. So if you follow me, I'll follow you back. That's an absolute promise. And then also, additionally, there's a Facebook link in there too, which takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants Gridiron. It's a group. We have over 6,900 members in there. It's doing simply marvelous, might I add. I'm putting stuff in there every day. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing, and if I have internet access, there's stuff going in there pretty much, 24/7. Not 24/7, but 7 days a week, right? 365. And, not only do I put stuff in here, but if you become a member, members post stuff in here as well every day. So between me and the members, there's a ton of New York Giants information going in there every day. It's called the New York Giants Gridiron. Please feel free, join the group. You won't be dissatisfied. All right, well, all that stuff said and done that way, out of the way with. Well, let's head on over here to PFF and see what they got now for the Giants. Their team and player grades I'll tell you, I got some pretty impressive ones here. Let me tell you what, kind of shocking here. We're going to start off with the offense, okay? You got to give this the one guy here. I'm going to go over a little bit of credit. Let me go to the first 2 guys first, and we'll get to the third guy. And I just want to give a little shout out to him, right? The first guy was good old. How about Darren Waller? Good for him. He got his first touchdown as a New York Giant. Thank you, Darren, for being a freaking pro's pro. Thank you so much I know you didn't have any choice in the matter, but you got traded over here. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So happy you got your first touchdown. So happy we got a win. So happy you past couple weeks you're doing good and all and everything. So thank you so much. I hope there's many more touchdowns where that comes from. Whoever's throwing you the ball, Tyrod Daniel, Tommy DeVito, Chuck E. Cheese, whoever's throwing it to you, I hope you got a lot more touchdowns coming to you. So he's the number 1 guy on offense. He graded out this week at a 77.9. So very, very good. Basically, his passing, is it pass? Is like basically his receiving grade was an 80.7. What brought him down Darren Waller was his run blocking. His run blocking was, once again, this is according to PFF. That's all I'm going by. His run block was a 39.9, and we know he's not very good at run blocking. But that's what brought him down. Right? It was his run block grade. But other than that, very, very good game. The second one, right, is a rising star, right? Starting to get balls thrown a little bit more, and not his area, kind of down the field a little bit, right? And it's paying off. Hey, if you throw the ball to him 4 times down the field, if he catches 2 of them, bring it on, baby. He only averaged 37.5 yards of reception yesterday, right? Good old Jalen Hyatt, 73.6. Very, very good. 73.6. Now, once again, it's the same thing with him. His receiving grade basically was like 73.1. What brought him down was his blocking. Okay. But good to see these two guys really, really, really doing good. Now, the third guy on the offense, I want to give a shout out to him. Mark Lewinsky. Now, I'm probably the leader of the pack. I'm probably way up there as far as one of the guys that just wanted to let this guy go after week 1. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, well, let's see what his grades were. I mean, all right, week 1. Yeah, his pass block grade, week 1, was a 1. A 1. You know how hard it is to get how bad you got to be to get a 1? Yeah, I mean, it's like, I guess, I don't know. I guess they told him when we were playing the Cowboys that first night, when we snap the ball, if it's a pass play, just stand there. Don't touch anybody. If somebody runs into you, okay, that's their bad. They don't mean to do it. Just stand there. Don't block no one. That's pretty much what he did. But since then, tell you what, Mark Lewinsky has done a big 360, been a pros pro. He got benched. It was like week 3. He didn't even want to play in. His snaps diminished quite a bit against the Cardinals. He was in there for 70 snaps against the Cowboys. Then week 2 against the Cardinals, he was in there for 37 snaps. Week 4 against Seattle was only in there for 25 snaps. Right, week 3 wasn't even in there. But that was against San Francisco. Could you imagine what he might have done against San Francisco? But now he's starting to play back again. And I'll tell you what, you got to give the man some props, right? He got benched. He was a pros pro about it, right? And obviously they sent him back out there. Not to really have much of a choice in the matter because everybody else was dropping like flies. But yeah, I don't want to jinx him. Knock on wood. He's staying healthy, and I'll tell you what, he's doing a huge turnaround. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-pro this year or nothing like that, but he's done a huge turnaround since week 1. Let me tell you what. And let me tell you what, after week 1, Mark Lewinsky, his grade was a 1, pass blocking grade, a 1. Let me read off you some of his other pass block grades since then. Week 2, he was a 78.8. Week 4, 77.6 against Miami. It was 53.2. But Buffalo was 74.4, and this week here, 83.3 against the Fab Four for the Commanders. 83.3. Very, very impressive. So he graded out of 73.6. So he, kudos to you. I mean, unfortunately, this is probably his last season with the Giants, so we're probably going to wind up letting him go after this. But you got to give the man some props. It was not looking good at all after week 1, but it looks like he's turned it around quite a bit. So way to go, brother. Way to go, Mark. All right. And then just, keeping the offensive line, right? Right here. We got number 4 is Ben Bredesen, our center, 72. And his pass blocking grade, 83.9. Who'd up? Go are these guys? Pass blocking grades in the 80s? Are you serious? Wow. I mean, because PFF don't like the Giants. I mean, they don't like the Giants. Let me tell you what. 2 guys, we got pass blocking grades in the 80s. And then, let's see. Tyree Phillips had his was a 69.3. I mean, man, Justin Pugh, his was a 16.8. And Marcus McKeithen was a 42. But I mean, I think Pugh was going up against, I think, Chase Young. So he had that's not his position. That's not Justin Pugh's best position. Hopefully, if we get Andrew Thomas back this weekend, Andrew Thomas goes out there, we slide Justin Pugh in, maybe the guard, right? Maybe everything might be just hunky-dory. Now, it'd be interesting to see, though, because we have McKeithen at left guard. All right, so that's going to be interesting to see. If Thomas goes in there, who's going to be the left guard? Who's going to be the right guard? I mean, Glowinski's been, doing very, very well. Do you want to take him out? Who's going to be at left guard? It's going to be McKeithen or Pugh. But if you had to slide Pugh in, right, Pugh's going to give you a better grade or better, he won't give you a better effort. He's trying his heart out on every play regardless. But he'll probably perform better at the left guard position than at left tackle. Plain and simple. So hopefully we get Andrew Thomas back this weekend. That would be fantastic. That would not only help as far as pass blocking, right? Tyrod's backside, because I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be. I'd be pretty surprised, but Tyrod's backside, but also run blocking as well too. So that would be huge, and that would help Saquon out too, right? All right. So good old Tyrod Taylor. This is why you get a good backup quarterback. I mean, when we had Mike Lennon, I mean, he had some nice numbers, this, that, and the other thing, but I'm not exactly sure if it was the combination of him and our offensive system, or him and the bad pass protection, or it was just him, or it was a combination of everything, or what. But he was not, but this is why you go out, right? Especially when you're basically regardless, but I mean, especially because Daniel Jones has a propensity to get injured, right? This time, so much it really wasn't necessarily his fault. When you get sacked 300 times every game for 5-6 games, you're going to get injured, and he got injured, but this is why you go out and you get yourself a real good backup quarterback, and Tyrod has really been. Let me tell you what, we're not putting up the points, but he's not losing the games for the Giants, right? He's not. What shall you say? Putting the ball in harm's way. He's obviously experienced, very intelligent, and he's very good with the football, right? Keeping the ball out of harm's way, especially as far as throwing interceptions. I mean, it wasn't his fault that Graham Gano missed a field goal, right? It wasn't his fault that Saquon Barkley fumbled the ball inside the 10, down by the goal line, right? It wasn't his fault. I mean, there's wasn't his fault last week. A couple of. I mean, the one play to Waddle at the end of the game, the one that was his fault was when he changed from a pass to a run with 14 seconds left to go. That was his fault. The one at the end of the game, if Waller wasn't being held, right, where the ball got thrown, because it was a little high, it was a little deep, but if Waller was free, could break, wasn't being held, okay, might he have gotten that ball? Interesting. Very interesting. But, I mean, so we're so lucky we got Tyrod. But Tyrod, he came in number 5, right, overall, 67.9. He had himself a very, very good game. Very, very good game. Matt Breida was in there for 11 snaps, 62.8. I think, might be a chance we might be starting to see a little bit more Matt Breida in there, Saquon and Breida, because it's a possibility, because I'm going to go over in a minute. It looks like Corbin's coming back. So if you get Corbin off of somebody else's practice squad, you're putting them on your 53. You just don't grab somebody from their practice squad, throw them on your practice squad. You take somebody else from a practice squad, you're putting them on your 53. So that must mean that Eric Gray and his calf could be a problem. Now, hopefully it's not a Saquon thing. Let's hope, because Saquon had something wrong with his elbow. He hyperextended his elbow or something. I think it was. So hopefully he's okay. But it looks like it might possibly, the reason why I'm putting Corbin on the 53, once again, I'll go over this in a couple of minutes, but it might be because of Eric Gray. So, but anyway, but we got Matt Breida. He played 11 snaps, graded at 62.8. Good old Saquon. 57 snaps, he graded out of 62. And one thing you got to give props to Saquon, his pass blocking grade was an 83.3. The man has really done a good job. That was his one weak part. Now as he's gaining more experience and knowledgeable and older and all that stuff, and his pass blocking has definitely gotten better. That was his weak point. Definitely his weak point early on, but not so much anymore. So it's almost good to have Saquon in the backfield pass blocking. You don't want him in there too. I mean, because you really want that guy. I mean, it's what we saw with that touchdown, right? I mean, I don't even know who the heck they had to trying to cover him out of the back. I don't know who the heck that was. I mean, are you serious? I mean, oh my God. I didn't even think the guy even touched Saquon. And before you know it, Saquon's down inside around the 10-yard line. He faked like one or two guys out, basically walked into the end zone. So yeah, it's good to have Saquon in there blocking, but as you saw, and that was at the 32-yard, you don't want him in there too much blocking, right? All right, next, we got Darius Slayton, 57 snaps, graded at 60.2. Now, it seems like a lot now. The way they're going, just wait, feel sorry for Paris Campbell, because Paris, was it 4 snaps he was in there for? Yeah, Paris Campbell, 4 snaps. You feel bad. I mean, because it's like, why do you bring this guy in and you're not going to, and just have him sitting on the sideline the whole time? But anyway, it seems like the Giants and Hodgins. What is Hodgins in there? He was in there. He was in there for 20 snaps. Yeah. It's a shame because Hodgins, really feel bad for him too. I mean, because he did so well last year, really came on, had that huge playoff game. His ankle was like freaking purple. It was swollen and all that. I mean, he had a great game and everything. And now they're hardly not even using him. But it seems like they're going with, I don't want to say the young guys because Hodgins isn't that old, but it seems like they're going with Slayton, Robinson, right? We got Waller, maybe Bellinger, but also Hyatt too. Seems like those are the guys they're going with, right? Interesting to see if somewhere along the line they're going to try to maybe go out there and get themselves a dog of a number one wide receiver. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, I was all hyped up about this year, going in, we're going to score all these points and everything. Shows you how much I know. Anyway, but could you imagine? Right, you've got Saquon, you got Darren Waller, right? You got a dog, whether it's you draft them or you free agent or whatever, a good, solid wide receiver, and then Hyatt and Robinson. That'd be some fun. All right, so Darius Slayton was 60.2. Good old Tyree Phillips, right? Fresh off, not fresh off the couch, fresh off the practice squad, right? He did a very good job. Very, very good job. Tyree Phillips was in there for every snap. Right tackle, 59.2. His pass block grade was a 69.3. Fantastic job, man. I'm going to tell you freaking what. Coming straight off the Eagles practice squad, right into a left tackle. A right tackle. Fantastic job, Tyree. Way to go. Wan'Dale Robinson, 57.9. Paris Campbell, as I said, he just had 4 snaps, 56.9. Isaiah Hodgins was in there for 20 snaps, who graded 55.8. And Sterling Shepard was in there for 10 snaps, 55.6. Justin Pugh, he was in there for all 68 snaps, 49.4, as I said. He was the left tackle. His pass block grade was a 16.8. His run blocking, 76.6. So you see what he has. So hopefully, I mean, if we're going to I don't know who to put there at left guard. That I don't know. If they want to just have Pugh as just a backup. If they, try to keep maybe McKeithen in the start in the Fab Five there, and just try to keep him, getting him some more experience, and hopefully next year, if Pugh's not back, McKeithen can take over. If Pugh's gone, Glowinski's gone, right? Maybe we'll have a Zudu at one guard, and McKeithen at the other guard. So maybe we have Neal, McKeithen, Michael Schmitz, Zudu, and Thomas. Maybe we're going to try to roll with that. And hopefully we get some decent quality depth behind them. But that'll be interesting to see when Andrew Thomas does come back. Who's going to be that left guard? I said Marcus McKeithen. He played all 68 snaps at left guard. So as I said, he was the left guard. Andrew Thomas comes back. Maybe they're just going to keep McKeithen there, left guard. Not the same, but McKeithen was 68 snaps. He graded out at 47.6. And Daniel Bellinger, he was in there for 36 snaps. He graded at 45.5. His pass block was a 75.1. His run block was only 47.9. So, but anyway, we got the dub. All right, so now on defense. All right, how about Micah McFadden? Man, I'll tell you freaking what. I think I saw somewhere that Micah McFadden's 89.8 was the highest graded linebacker. Oh, yeah, let me see. Keep an eye on this football game. The 49ers, 4:47 to go. Wow, the Vikings, 22-17. Wow. Wow. All right. Looks like the 49ers might go down to defeat once again. All right. Well, hey, that's what they say. Any given Sunday, right? Any given Sunday. But I was Micah McFadden. I read it was like the highest linebacker grade in the NFL. What do you got? So, and this is for him. Well, this is back to back. I mean, he 89.8. Last week he was a 87.9. So, pretty impressive. Now, obviously you don't want to, get all, we got the next Dick Butkus, or we got the next Lawrence Taylor, or we got this guy's going to Hall of Fame. Don't get, because, let's not forget, week 4 against Seattle, he was a 53.9. Week 5, I believe he was injured. He didn't play. Against San Francisco, it was a 47.2. I mean, his tackling grade was a 30. Week 2 against the Cardinals, he was a 34.3. His tackling was a 24.8. I mean, he missed 7 tackles in 2 games. I mean, absolutely atrocious. But this week turned around. He says he's had him and Okereke back-to-back, really, really good, solid week. So Micah McFadden, 89.8 overall. Fantastic. Sexy Dexy, 77.3. He was number 2. Bobby Okereke, he was in there for all 69 snaps. He graded a 75.1. He had another phenomenal game. Trey Hawkins, the third, 72.7. So he's coming on. Let me see here. He was in there for 59 snaps. He wasn't in there for every snap, but so his past couple games, against Buffalo, he graded out a 68.2. And this past week against Washington, he graded out at a 72.7. Against Arizona, he was a 78.4. So he's either done, even at Dallas, he was a 51.9. But against San Francisco and Miami, he was really lost. Really, really lost. But the past 2 weeks against Buffalo and Washington, he's done really, really well. And as I said, it's 72.7. So, and it was so important because, the Commanders, they have some very solid weapons, very, very solid weapons. And we didn't have Adoree Jackson in there. So between Flat, Hawkins, and Banks did a very, very good job. Very, very good job. Also helped that we had a lot of pressure up front, getting pressure on Howell because their offensive line is even horrible, worse than the Giants is, if you can believe that, right? All right. So, and then, of course, then we had Nick McLeod. He played at strong safety for 16 snaps, 70.7. Good old Kayvon, my man, pots and pans. 68 snaps, 69.5. A'Shawn Robinson, he did good here because he's had a couple weak games. Let me tell you what. But A'Shawn Robinson was in there for 26 snaps, 64.1. DJ Davidson was only in there for 6 snaps, 62.7. Hottie, Jihad Ward, 51 snaps, he graded out of 62. Dane Belton was in there for just 3 snaps at free safety, graded out of 60.3. Nacho, 18 snaps, graded out of 60.1. Cordell Flott in the slot. Aha! See what I did there? In 51 snaps, graded out of 59. Deontay Banks, he graded out of 58.2 overall. He was in there for 63 snaps. Jason Pinnock had a sack. He was in there for every snap. 57.1. Leonard Williams, they graded him at a 56.5. He had a good game. I mean, and he blocked the field goal too. So Boogie Basham, once again, not a super spectacular game. He had 16 snaps, graded at 56.3. Xavier McKinney was in there for every snap, all 69, graded at 54.5. And Isaiah Simmons, 46.1. His tackle was a 24.2. He missed 2 tackles, according to PFF. So that's what brought his grade down quite a bit. But good to have him on the field. All right. So now, after this, now let's go to the overall team grades here. And usually PFF has no love whatsoever for the New York Football Giants. Overall, let's see, the Dolphins are number 1 still. Even they got smoked. Yeah, okay. All right, the Dolphins are number 1 at 92.7. The Giants are number 32 still, 56.9. Oh my goodness, the Giants were behind the Carolina Panthers, who haven't won a game. The Carolina is 0-6. The Giants are 2-5, and according to PFF, Carolina's overall team grade is better than the Giants. Just goes to show you how much love the Giants get from PFF. The Dolphins are overall, the offensive grade is number 1. They're 88.4. And the Giants are number 32, 57.5. I think that's the same way as it was last week, too. Passing grade, the Dolphins, number 1 at 90. All right, the Giants we're number 20. There you go. All right, and we're not number 32, 63.2. Pass blocking grade. Bucks are number 1, 78.6, and I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom here, and the Giants are oh my God, the Giants, number 32, pass block grade. 35.2 is our pass blocking grade. Wow. Receiving grade, let's see here. San Fran's number 1 at 86, and the Giants receiving grade, 29, 63.8. Is our receiving grade. Running grade. Dolphins number 1, 94.1. Man, even if they got smoked last night, they're still up there. Huh? Wow, it's hard to believe. The Giants running grade was 70.8. We're number 20 overall is a running grade. Run blocking. Vikings are number 1 at 80.1, and the Giants run blocking grade is number 32. There you go. Another 32 for the Giants. This is like so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 7 grades I've given. I think the Giants have been number 32 and 4 of the 7. Oh my God. So it's amazing we even won 2 games. Defensive grade. 49ers number 1, 89.9. Let me check on that football game there again. 22-17, 2 minutes to go. Vikings got the ball, 3rd and 10. Ooh, it's the 49ers 36. Ooh, big play coming up. All right. Let's see here. So defensive grade. 49ers number 1, 89.9. The Giants defensive grade is We're number 28, according to PFF, 59.5. Run defense, Falcons, wow, number 1, 80.2. All right, let's see what we got here. The Giants run defense, we're number 26, 53.8. Whew. Tackling grade. Giants were a good tackling team last season. 49ers are number 1 at 80.7. And the Giants are number 21, 53.5. Is our tackling grade. Pass rush. 49ers are number 1 at 90.5. The Giants' pass rushing grade is number 17, 70.8. Ooh, very impressive. We got 6 sacks, which was in yesterday's game, which is more than our entire season combined. So now we're up to 11 sacks. Coverage grade. 49ers number 1. Nope. Jacksonville is number 1. 90.4. The Giants coverage grade. They are number 26 at 57.5. And the special teams grade, the Giants are not. The Saints are still number 1 at 90.8, which is very impressive. The Giants were number 32, 56.6. So the Giants between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 grades. I think we're number 32 at like 5 of the grades, 5 of the 13. I mean, just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Well, when you're 2 and 5, what do you expect? But let's go over. Looks like Corbin is coming back. If I can pop him up here. Panthers running back headed back to the Giants. Carolina Panthers are set to have an open spot on the practice squad as running back Jashawn Corbin, or Jashawn Corbin, I've heard it called both ways, is signing back with the Giants. Corbin spent the preseason with New York, and he also spent last season with us too. So it's the familiarity, right, with the Dable, the system, and all that. So he's not coming in off the streets. He has no idea what's going on. He should have a good grasp of the situation here. Let's see here. The 23-year-old back spent the first 6 weeks of the regular season on the practice squad with the Panthers and did not get elevated to the active roster. Corbin spent 2 years at Florida State before transferring to Texas A&M to round out his collegiate career. In an increased role with the Aggies, Corbin combined to rush for 1,288 yards and 12 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. So, but he's got the familiarity, right? So it's fantastic. Then the Giants brought in they're signing a gunner. All right. Olszewski, going to say, with change possibly coming. Olszewski. I'll go with that. Olszewski. Brian Dable says he is not breaking his own rule of personnel when it comes to selecting the Giants' punt returner, as his 2-year track record of making quick lineup changes confirms. Dable believes that regardless of where you're drafted, how you got there, and how much money you make, everybody goes out there and competes, and we play the guys that earn the right to play. But rookie Eric Gray fumbled a punt return on Sunday. Thankfully, we recovered it. So he fumbled the punt for the second time in the last 4 games, and months of shaky catches in practice continue to manifest into an in-game mistakes. It has become difficult to wonder, are the Giants force-feeding Gray to create a game day role and justify a 5th-round draft pick because he cannot get carries in a Saquon-dominated backfield? Well, I mean, there's also that too, but I mean, there's also quite possibly maybe, maybe they won't bring Breida back next season. Who knows? Don't know. But it is kind of one. It's like, well, we drafted him, got him on 5th. He's on the team. He's a 5th rounder. We drafted him. Let's get him. Let's get him something, right? You'll be the punt returner, and it's just not working out. It's just not working out. You're always looking to put as good of guys back there as you can, Dable said Monday when asked if those reasons are impacting the decision. He's competed, he's worked hard, so that's why he's back there. Well, you just hope that it doesn't wind up costing the Giants a football game. The Giants took a step toward making a change Monday by signing Gunnar Olszewski to the practice squad, the Post confirmed. So, but the thing is that, Corbin off the practice squad has got to come on to 53. So, I mean, somebody's got to go. Might be great. Olszewski was released by Pittsburgh last week, and his own ball security issues included a fumbled punt, as well as a mental mistake fielding a kickoff and a fumble on offense earlier in the season. So, I don't know, dude. This is pretty. Olszewski was a first-team All-Pro returner in 2020 and has averaged 12 yards per punt return over 5 seasons with the Patriots and the Steelers. That's pretty damn impressive. But it said he was released by Pittsburgh last week after his own ball security issues included a fumbled punt, as well as a mental mistake fielding a kickoff and a fumble on offense. So Gray, who is also dealing with a calf injury, is averaging 4 yards per punt return, which is well below the league average of 9.8 yards. But the bigger problem is securing the catch. I mean, as I said, you really hope it does not cost the Giants a football game one of these times. Gray, he was replaced as a returner at Oklahoma after a fourth quarter fumble in 2021. After Gray was benched Sunday, Sterling Shepard, who did not return a punt in any of his first 82 career games, took over and fumbled one of his 3 returns, setting up a short field touchdown for the Commanders. Now, I mean, you got to look at it. I mean, if he didn't wind up fumbling that, as I said, you got to wonder. I mean, of course, with the blocked field goal from Leonard Williams, yeah, I wonder, it was like, would the Commanders even have scored at all? Right? Giants might have pitched a shutout. When third option Darius Slayton replaced Shepard and secured a fair catch, the home crowd mock cheered. Giants cut return specialist Jaden Mickens, who had 69 punt returns, and Khalil Pimpleton, as well as a veteran receiver, Jamison Crowder, during training camp. Yeah, that Jamison Crowder cut. Tell you what, I mean, sorry, buddy. My dog is at my feet. I mean, I tell you what, letting Jamison Crowder go. I mean, it's almost kind of like you wonder. It's like, so we let Crowder go, right? Because he couldn't get in, break the lineup. The amount of wide receivers we got now. Basically, we got Paris Campbell sitting on the sideline, 4 snaps. Sterling Shepard's pretty much on the sideline. Neither one of them. Sterling Shepard's having a hard time returning punts. Campbell can't return a punt, and we let Crowder go, who can play offense and return punts. And he returned, I think, 5 punts for 33 yards. He had a 17-yard return. So looks like letting him go might have been a boo-boo. Crowder was the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week after a 61-yard punt return for the Commanders in Week 6, but even he fumbled one Sunday in the swirling Meadowlands wins. We knew that Jameson was Special Teams Coordinator Thomas McGahee said last week when asked about the organization choosing Gray over Crowder. He's done it in the past, and we knew he had the ability to do it, but just trying to get Eric back there comfortable doing it again. This is 2 straight seasons that the punt returner has been a headache for Dable, who lost top cornerback Adoree Jackson for 7 games to a knee injury last season. Yeah, I mean, as I said, this is like, this is like a recurring theme here. I mean, the Giants got to do something because you can really, really, see where somewhere along the line this might wind up costing the Giants a football game. I mean, it basically literally cost them a touchdown yesterday, right? When it shouldn't have. I mean, if you secured the catch, even if you run 3 plays, don't gain a yard, let the Scottish Hammer kick it 50 yards to safety, right? Now they They're going to walk the whole length of the field, which they had a very hard time doing that yesterday. But yet, if they were able to, they're able to do that with the short field after the Sterling Shepard mishap back there. So you really hope that, these special teams mishaps don't cost the Giants a game. And, it's just kind of like Russian roulette. Sooner or later, that bullet, it might be fine, but sooner or later you're going to go like this, and that bullet's going to be in the chamber, and it's going to be messy. So hopefully we get something figured out somewhere along the line. Certainly, obviously, hindsight is 20/20, but looks more and more like letting Jamison Crowder go might have been a boo-boo. So, but anyway, Giants got the win. Had some good team grades. That's really, really good. Corbin's coming back, so once again, he's got some familiarity. He'll be on the 53, right? He's got familiarity with the team, so good for him. Good to have him back as well. Good to have Tyree Phillips back. When you let guys go, it's always nice to get him back again, right? So it's good to have Tyree back. Good to have Jashawn Corbin back. And we got a punt returner, so we'll have to wait and see if he winds up getting that maybe elevated. We'll have to wait and see. Well, guys, it's been 41 minutes. Whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. If anybody spends any time watching a replay, this once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. As always, you guys, 3D coming at you. You guys, stay safe out there and go Giants.